It is break time. Nansubuga and her colleague, both members of the Students' Council at Lutete Primary School, pace up to the patron of their school council to pick up the mobile phone to send an SMS message to the head teacher and other stakeholders about a parent who wants to marry off their colleague, his primary 7 daughter. They have to do it now, otherwise they wait until the lunch break or in the evening when the school program is over. The anxiety is high and for every reason uncontrollable. Free access to a phone, and to many, for the first time. Not to play cards or snakes and ladders with it, but sharing important information on any matter that affects the quality of their education and overall well-being.
I am very happy of this Nokia project because it helps us to voice our problems and it helps our parents to know problems at our school which can affect us. And when the problems are solved, we can perform better.
Studies show that poor communication is largely responsible for the crippling governance in schools, which, by extension, has resulted into the poor academic performance. The hardest hit are the schools within the Universal Primary and Secondary Education Scheme. According to the survey titled "The Efficiency of Public Education in Uganda," conducted by the Ministry of Education in 2007, teachers' absenteeism stood at 27%, the highest in Eastern and Central African region. The percentage of pupils skipping classes was also as high. The startlingly high ratio of one teacher to over 150 pupils in some UPE and USA schools, the inadequate classrooms and sanitary structures complicate the matter even further. So, over a time, Plan International in Uganda has been piloting several interventions to find a lasting solution to this worrying state of affairs in the country.
Education is a very key because this is where the development of a child begins. That's why Plan Uganda and Plan globally, we have identified education as one of the key priorities of the organization. And we have been investing a lot in education. And you realize that with the universal primary education, the enrollment of children in school almost tripled. But with that positive move, which is supported by government, we realized as a development organization focusing on children's rights that majority of the children don't finish school. They don't reach P7 and they drop. So we started trying to find out why. So there are quite a number of issues. But one of the issues which was prominent is the issue of school governance. And hence we decided to look at an innovative way of improving school governance and also engaging children to be part of that school governance system. And hence we came up with a project on ICT for development and specifically focusing on school governance in Luero.
The 3-year project, otherwise called Nokia ICT 4D, was implemented using funds from Nokia through Plan Finland in 105 schools from 6 sub-counties of Kamira, Chichusa, Vamnanika, Karagara, Zirowe and Makurubita, all in Luero district. The strategy was to exploit the power of information and communication technologies to exchange school-related information amongst the different stakeholders, notably pupils, parents, teachers, as well as the technical leaders in the education subsector who are responsible for the delivery of quality service. With the technology, all the actors can actively and expeditiously participate in the different school development and management processes. All they need to do is to commit a bit of time to send, but most important, to receive and react to the text messages. The good messages they send and react to appropriately make a lot of difference onto the quality of education. The communication system is centrally controlled, facilitated and monitored by Plan International in Uganda, and therefore the exchange of the text messages has been free of charge.
For the system to operate, we started with white lists. Those are the lists which contains the telephone number of those people who are supposed to send messages into the system. Parents, teachers, students, district leaders, and local leaders. The system uses the keywords. Each school has a keyword used for broadcasting messages to the different stakeholders, and each type of stakeholder has a keyword. So when the message is sent into the system can be able to tell which type of stakeholder is sending the message, and therefore that message is sent to the appropriate recipient. All the pupils from, for instance, P1 up to P7 are identified uniquely by using unique serial numbers. Part of the serial number has a school code. That one ensures that there is no duplication at any one time. Now, the way we register pupils into the system is by putting their names, the unique serial number, and also the telephone number of his or her parents attached. So whenever you are sending a message regarding that child, that message will also reach the parents. That is how we ensure that all those messages reach their recipients. At the end of every month, all the messages concerning all issues are automatically consolidated by the system and is sent the DEO. There is a committee which comprises of the district staff, some head teachers, and some parents. It sits, analyzes the messages, and they take necessary action.
The project began with inducting the communities within the project area about this wonder technology through several methods. Amongst them, general awareness programs including music, dance and drama to level up the understanding of the technology amongst all the stakeholders. Once achieved, all the stakeholders would appreciate using the technology and then use it to tap into the associated benefits. Volunteers were called in to guide the process further to ensure that the communities got the codes for the different stakeholders and the locations correctly to simplify the sharing of the messages.
When you are being registered, your names must be clearly stated, from which sub-county you come from. Then your serial number includes the school code and the personal number.
The regular program on the different radio stations intensified the use of the SMS technology within the project area and beyond.
Tuweleza message oba muzadde atulugunya omwana ne tubaloopa kati nabo babeera batya okubaloopa.
Bakwata bulungi omwana.
Bw'oba ng'owulidde ku ngeri abaana bano gye bazze boogeramu kyongera okukkatiriza nti ddala enkola ennyaa Nokia ICT ebayamba. Emabegako abasomesa balinga tebasomesa, abayizi abamu tebagenda mu masomero, kaabuyonjo zigwamu ne watabeera ayamba kubanga tebalinanga bwogerero. Naye kati ekintu kyonna ekigwawo bangwa mangu kubanga obubaka babuweereza ate n'obuyambi ne bujja mangu. Maani tubeebaza nnyo. Ampozi n'amasomero mwena pulaani mwetambulira tubagamba nti mwetwongeremu amaanyi.
Naye n'okola akabamugotere ya Nokia kyetukoledde ky'amaanyi era kati abaana basoma.
Today, the SMS technology is the talk of the people during their leisure time or even at their workplaces.
Bwebasindika message ekutuukako ne wooba mu bugga ne wooba mu kasooli ate nawe ne wooba ng'oyagadde okubako ky'obuuza ku ssomero era osindika busindisi message oba okkuba.
Besides the conversations, community activism is also growing. Everyone is increasingly getting concerned every time they find the children who are supposed to be at school when they are not. They will stop to find out why, and just an SMS away, both the school and the parents will be alerted about this unbecoming practice. The students' councils have also been empowered to even further pursue the students' affairs. At Chiziba Church of Uganda Primary School, one of the Nokia ICT pilot schools, for example, the filming crew met the student council in session, trying to find a lasting solution to the inadequate furniture problem that emerged as a result of the increased pupil enrollment in some of the classes.
waliwo eyagambye tugende ewa headmaster n'omulala n'agamba tusindike message mu plan. Baliwo abawagira nti tusooke tukisindike message mu plan.
Akagere ke twaweereza message ne tubasaba toyi ne batwanguliza ne bagituwa. Tubaweereze ku message nga tubagamba tetulina ntebe, bayinza twanguliza nakyo ne batuweereza ku ntebe.
Tugamba aba plan kubanga twali tetulina amazzi gatumala nga boa waliwo emu. Ne tubasaba tanka era ne bagituwa kati amazzi gatumala bulungi. Tetukyatawa nagenda ku boa ate okubeera abantu abalala.
Twabagambako n'okutuddaabiriza ebibiina byaffe ebyo ne bakikolako. Amadinisa ne bagatereeza ne bakuba plasita ebizimbe byonna eby'obukakafu bw'ennina.
At St. Kizito, Natiolia Primary School, a students' council member, attracted by the shouting in Primary 2, entered the class and found the kids playing because their mathematics teacher was absent. She picked the school phone from their patron and sent the message to the headmaster. A quick replacement was found and the situation normalized. Two things clearly come out from this scenario. One, if the pupils are empowered through their committees, they can take charge by themselves to ensure that all the pupils benefit from their stay at the school. And two, the head teacher, respecting a call from the pupils, demonstrates that the management structures are firmly taking root and reshaping the way the schools are governed. But even the teachers can use the same technology to track pupils who skip classes. After taking roll calls, they easily spot the absent pupils and quickly raise their parents, as was the case for Nakaziba, a primary 6 pupil at Sierra Memorial Primary School. The teacher sent an SMS to Nakaziba's mother, and lo, she had not communicated the sickness of her daughter to the school administration. She quickly did, and within minutes, the tripartite cycle had completed the feedback loop.
Program yali okanejjawa Erutete Mix Primary School. Omwana Lilian Nalwanga naye abadde anteganya nnyo muzzukulu. Bwe musindika okusoma tabeerayo. Waliwo akayembe kafaawo kakoona kwasiiba n'akomawo nti jjajja nva ku ssomero. Ni programu eno okuva luyajja bampeereza Nalwanga talabise kiki konze namusindise nange nenva waka ndabe kati yalongooka kubanga amanyi eri ekikola ki ekijjo muloopa amangu eka nange muvunaane.
Okufuba kw'abasomesa n'abaana n'abazadde nga programu eneze kyatuyamba nnyo abaana baffe okukola ki okusoma obulungi. Omuzadde yali tafaayo kati message zijja omwana wo nga talina kitabo, omwana wo nga talina kalaamu, ekalaamu n'abaatuleetera amasimu baatutta kangule ki ebyetaago by'omwana. Abaana luli baatuukanga nnyo leeti ku masomero naye kakati abaana bamanyi nti waliwo okuloopebwa. Omwana akimanya nti message ejja kutuuka ku muzadde wange bamugambe nti natuuse eki leeti. Abasomesa kati nabo beeraliikirivu mu ssaawa yennyini gye balina okutuuka ku ssomero bagituuka kubanga bamanyi headmaster ajja baloopa mu lukiiko ne mu balala bebikola ki bebikwatako. Buli mwana lwaba nga atuuka nga bukyali ku ssomero n'omusomesa nga atuuka bukyali ku ssomero sabujekiti zonna zisomesebwa bulungi. Era kati abaana baffe basoma ki bulungi kubanga ffe essomero lyaffe libadde lifuna feeri ya 6, 10 naye kati tuwezezza emyaka egi nga ne grade 40 tukyagifuna. Omwaka ogwedde twafuna second grade 12, third grade 27, twafunayo wa fourth grade omu, tetwafunayo feeri ya n'emu.
The project has contributed to UPE. We have been getting first grades here, which was not there in the past, and I'm sure we have reduced dropout in those schools where we have been since 2011. Because the Students' Council can monitor the other students. Why is not attending the school? They write the message. Traceability starts from there. So I think for me, the government is the first beneficiary because it wanted the child to start from P1, at least complete P7.
At the administration level, The head teachers have also been able to easily invite the school management committees as well as the PTA members to convene and discuss the different issues for the betterment of their schools and consequently the quality of education for the children.
Parents respond because you repeatedly send the message as the message is free.
Another thing, it has been helping us to easily disseminate a message to our parents almost daily, unless there is nothing to tell them. But whenever there is something crucial that they need to know, I am accountable to them and I send them these messages.
We have other SMSs about a catastrophe at school. I can know that this school has had a problem and therefore take an immediate action. It is really great. And I think if it were expanded in all schools, it would work well to ensure that there is improved education standards or performance in our district.
If government can only embrace this project nationwide, they will save a lot. They are fighting teachers' absenteeism, they are sending forms, fill this, fill this, fill this. They only need to come and have a study from Luwero and then embrace it. It will help our nation.
All the achievements notwithstanding, challenges were also part of the journey.
Like any other ICT related project, sometimes we experience network failure. However, we try to change because we have about 3 service providers. We have MTN, Airtel, UTL and others. So where MTN fails, we give Airtel or Read. The other challenge has been the negative attitude of most of the teachers, including the heads of the schools, the head teachers, deputies and all that. So most of them had a negative attitude about the ICT project because they really saw it as if it was trying to monitor them left, right, center to ensure that they're in the schools. So what happened is that we had to do continuous training. We had to arrange a serious 3 days workshop at a given time for all the deputy head teachers and head teachers of all the schools in which we are working, to ensure that their attitudes are really positive about the project, so that when they get back to their schools, then they have really to sensitize their other teachers about the project, so that it is not necessarily policing them, but trying to improve performance in the schools. At least we try to overcome that kind of challenge, otherwise it was a big one.
The project has wound, leaving behind a number of lessons that can inform future development planning.
One of the lessons is that if the ICT project can improve performance in a typical rural area like Luwero, Chichusa, Kamira, deep down there, then I think this is the way to go. Another learning is that the communities are very interested in ICT. So if something like a governance practice is packaged alongside ICT, it can easily be taken on. And the 3 years that we have so far been in Luwero, we've seen that it's a project that can yield great dividends to the nation, because a nation can only develop when it is educated.
We need to scale up this project because this is a model project, very creative, and it really engages children to ensure that they achieve what they need to achieve in their education. So our intention as an organization is to scale up and replicate this project into our other districts and also influence other development actors to scale up the same.